Finding profitable products to sell on Amazon was super confusing until I understood what I'm about to show you in today's video. Because the truth is that most beginner Amazon sellers, even some veteran Amazon sellers, are trying to source profitable items in the completely wrong way. In fact, it took me personally a few days to find my first profitable item to sell on Amazon, but the new Amazon sellers that I've already shown this method to are finding their first profitable item within an hour or two. But let's stop just talking about it and jump into the computer here, and we're going to find a couple profitable items together. And through the process, I'm going to show you 10 different high-powered discount methods. This video is the real secret why some Amazon sellers look at an item and not see profit, while veteran Amazon sellers are seeing tons of profit. So let's start with the step one for any Amazon seller trying to find profitable items. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up the listing of basically any product on Amazon that has a few third-party sellers on lots of different listings. So if you're looking for a starting point to do this method that we're about to do, you can use any of the profitable items we find today. I'm going to use like a Tommy Hilfiger listing. Stafford branded items are also a good popular place to start looking. Basically any brand that the third-party sellers are shopping from a major website and flipping those products on Amazon. That's going to be the name of the game. And through this process, like I said, we're going to use a ton of different discount methods and ways to create profit where lots of other people are blind to it. So we can go to this Tommy Hilfiger listing, and you can see down here in the offers tab on SellerAmp, make sure you have SellerAmp for product sourcing. You can grab a 2-week free trial if you want to follow along with today's video as well. Let's go ahead and open up one of these storefronts here because they've already done the work of sourcing this Tommy Hilfiger branded item profitably. And when we open up their storefront, we can see all the other brands and categories they're having success on. I'm going to focus on a brand that I know if you're a brand new Amazon seller that you're able to get ungated, and some of these are locked off to new Amazon sellers right now. So let's go ahead and check out more of some Tommy Hilfiger, for example. I know you guys taking advantage of that and start selling it. So what I'm seeing here is all of the data about their best Tommy Hilfiger listings, basically. So in this case, I can see this item sells over 1,400 times a month. If I can buy it for $23 or less, then I'm going to be making some money selling this item. So to figure out if we can do that or not, let's hit the Google button right there, and then we'll just start checking it out. So it seems like we might be able to get this for 25, and we might actually have a profitable item right away. So let's check this out. So 25 bucks. And there's just some other things we might need to touch on here as well. Let's see. Yeah, so selling for 46 over here. What color is this? This is just like the regular black, which I think is probably that right there. Yes, this is 25 bucks. We can also get an extra 25% off. So like I said, we're going to talk about 10 different ways to create profit. The most profitable Amazon sellers understand that sourcing products isn't about comparing price tags. It's about creating profit, right? So in this case, we're using discount method number 1 and number 2, the simplest ones being a sale. So you can see it's usually 65 bucks down to 25 bucks. And we also get a coupon, right? So 25% off 200 bucks plus, which in this case would be no problem when we're finding stuff that is nice and profitable. So we can see this is going to be like 20 bucks after that coupon. There is one problem here on this listing, and we'll need to find a better product because of it. You see how on the buy box analysis, this is showing me who's winning the sales recently on this item. So in this case, I can see that Amazon has won 99% of the sales on this listing. Sometimes on some listings, Amazon is just going to hog a disproportionate amount of sales. It's their platform. So in this case, we want to avoid that. We can, however, see if any of the variations, so any of the other like colors or sizes would be profitable on this. And so this is where Keepa is going to come into play if you guys are brand new. 20 bucks a month for Keepa, 20 bucks a month for SellerAmp. And just so we're not having to deal with Amazon as a competitor, let's go ahead and set Amazon as a no value here. So basically show me all the different colors and sizes of this polo that Amazon is currently not selling, right? So it's just third-party sellers making some money. And I can see this might actually show us our first opportunity of the day using those first 2 discount methods, right? So this is actually selling for 55 bucks. Let's go back over here and make sure we actually have it in stock. So yeah, we do have the large in stock there. Sweet. So we can go 25 bucks right there. And then we're actually getting that 25% off, I think it was. Yeah, 25% off of that price. So we can do 25 bucks minus 25% because we can bake in that discount. It's even better. I'm doing bad math there. It's actually a little cheaper than 20 bucks. So this is a $20 profit selling it at the current price on Amazon, right? So you can see how we're creating profit, not necessarily just finding those profits. But let's keep it rolling here. We can see what else we might be able to find. There's probably some other colors of that, but just for variety, let's see. So let's check out some of these sweatpants here. And usually I like to look for things that sell decently well. So at least 30 sales a month or so. So this is like a little bit slow for me. See, only sells 19 times a month. Let's pop open a couple of these though. Let's see. So like this mustard polo here. I'm also looking on the charts right here on SellerAmp. I can see basically the past history of that product. So things that are a little bit more stable like this, I can see the prices dropping pretty rapidly. Not quite as good of a chance that we're going to be making some profit here. Some of these other items where the price is a little bit more stable, like that first item we started with, just going to have a higher success rate basically. So let's see. These are, let's see, like 47 bucks. And then over on the Amazon listing. Or is this the same thing? Let's make sure. Logo. I think we had a chocolate black. Okay, cool. Yeah, so these are the black mediums right here. Do we have the black mediums in stock? Yeah, we do. So buying this for us, just round up to 48, and then we can subtract our 25% discount. So this is selling for 61 bucks right now. Not quite a high enough ROI. So usually I'm looking to make 30% ROI or so. I can do the same thing though. I can see if any of the other styles on this listing are more profitable. Let's see. So we do have this navy-ish one here. That is like 80 bucks. That'd be nice and profitable. Do we have the beige? Yeah, we do have the beige, and all the colors are in stock as well. You can see a lot of these are like up at 80 bucks or so. So the other thing to consider with this is making sure the specific color or size that you're looking at actually sells. So on this one, this is interesting to me because I can see like the price is moving around a good amount. Usually that tells me that multiple sellers on the listing and multiple sellers are making some sales. On this, it seems like not a lot of history of that price moving, but we can see what the difference looks like. So one big thing I'm looking for is on the new seller count right down here. We see how their seller count has actually decreased. So there was 3 sellers and now there's 1. Obviously those people probably sold out on this listing, and I assume this is going to be pretty profitable. This could be another good example. It's not quite as good as that last one because again, I like to look for stuff that sells a little bit faster than this normally, but see 20 bucks profit per unit. I might pick up a couple of those. Let's compare that to, yeah, exactly. So like I was talking about on the last one, you see how we have like new seller count movement. So there's proof that people are coming in and off this listing, making sales, all that good stuff. On this, you can see there's basically only 1 seller that's been on this listing. They maybe even raised their price because they weren't having success, maybe trying to squeeze some extra profit out on that. So usually I'm looking for items where there's a little bit of like fluctuation in the new seller count. People selling out, different sellers hopping on the listing. Seems like the similar story here. That's been the only seller on here, and I'm not seeing anyone hopping in and out on this new seller count. It's hard to know if that's really selling or not, but we're able to see this one right here, this navy-ish one was nice and profitable though, and that's definitely good to check out here. And when you're looking to find more similar items, you can always just continue down the rabbit hole of checking out basically other storefronts on these profitable brands. So in this example, usually I have a lot of success looking at storefronts. They don't have a crazy amount of feedback. They're probably sourcing things very similar to you and I, just looking at big websites, taking advantage of the rest of the discount methods that we're still going to hammer in on here. Hopefully we'll probably come across some of those organically here, but let's keep rolling. Let's check out a different brand. So Polo Ralph Lauren be a good example. That's a brand that a lot of you guys should be able to get ungated in as well. If that's tripping you up, by the way, you can look up like an ungating guide on the channel after this one is over. That was something that definitely held me back for a long time. Let's see if we can find something in these different brands here. Could be a good excuse to use some slightly different discount methods here too. Show you guys how to dig up some extra profits. Let's see. This is like 49 bucks and we need to buy this for 47. So I definitely want to look closer at this because we can probably create some profit here. See if that comes into play. I'm going to check this out. See if there's a bunch of like different colors. So I know they had, okay, cool. So there's a bunch of different colors on here. Let's see. What is this? There's a denim looking one basically. Do they have that one in stock? Let's see. On a quick search here, I'm not seeing that specific style. Does make me interested though, because a lot of those would be profitable if we can create some margin here. Yeah, let's see. There's a bunch of different styles on here. Let's see. What are the more expensive ones that are popping up on this listing? Might be able to create some profit on some of these other listings. So it does seem like that color that we came from is one of the more expensive ones. There's some of these other ones around 80, and using the right discount method, we can probably create some profits. Let's see. Coming across this one right here, there's the brown version of this. And then when we search it on Google, I noticed there's actually like a Belk listing for this. So you can see like Belk.com basically. It's got the same color and everything popping up there. It's like that neutral brown kind of thing. And we can even create some profit here. So let me show you guys how this actually works. Right now we're buying this for $49.50. And by the way, all the fees and everything on SellerAmp, I have sales tax baked in as well as shipping. So that's actually my true profit. And we can create some profit here using discount method number 3 that you guys need to be taking full advantage of. And that is cardbear.com. So basically I can go on this website and we can buy discounted money on these different websites. So for example, we can get 12% off gift card. Shopping from like GCX here is one I like to buy from a good amount. I'll show you guys how it works here. So you can see we can go and buy a $200 gift card for 176 bucks basically. So right away we save 12%. It just emails you a gift card right away. And then instead of your credit card at checkout, you just use that discounted gift card because we're going to be able to create some profit with this, right? So now that we know we can save 12% on that buy cost using a discounted gift card, we've taken this item that most people would be blind to. They wouldn't buy, they wouldn't think it's profitable. And now I've actually made it profitable, right? So now it's 16 bucks instead of not quite profitable enough. Our ROI is nice and solid at 36%. So that's another way to create profit on these listings. And as we're digging through these storefronts, there's also a ton of extra ways to add some bonus money onto your business, right? So let's say we've already used that discounted gift card, that kind of thing. How can we get a little bit more bonus money? So we go to cashbackmonitor.com and then I'll plug in Belk, for example. And actually something like the cashback at Top Cashback might be crazy at Belk today. So we might even be able to get 30% cash back. So on that purchase where let's say you spend 100 bucks on an item, you're going to be able to get 30% of that back through cash back, it seems like today. And this website basically just shows you a ton of different trustworthy websites where you can go through their cashback portal. You just log into the website, use the portal to go straight to Belk in this example, and then that will link sync up your transactions. One quick PSA as far as using these cashback points, I don't typically include these in my margin. So when we were doing the math to figure out if we're profitable using discounted gift cards, that kind of thing, coupon sales, you know that price is going to happen right away. Paying out cash back isn't always 100% perfect. Sometimes the merchant just doesn't pay it out. They think you're doing fraud or something crazy when you're buying a whole bunch of stuff. So just treat it like bonus money. I'd say 60-70% of the time it pays out, but I don't want you guys to go out there and make purchasing decisions really relying on that cash back and then it doesn't hit. Like I said, just treat it like bonus money. But as long as you're looking at it like that, it's a great way to add some extra profit to the work you're already doing, basically. And then also on some of these websites, I want to show you another way they're going to be able to create some profit. So tons of websites you'll see have like an email sign up or something like that. So for example, on Nautica, when you first log into the website, it'll prompt you to punch in your email just like this. And a lot of people think you have to like use that coupon code once, or you have to make a ton of different email addresses to use this email sign up code. So I'm just going to quickly show you a trick. So let's say your email is mark@gmail.com. If you want to get that email code sent to you and then use it to create profit on an item, you can. And then the next time you find another item that needs a little bit of a profit boost, just go ahead and add a plus and then usually just expand the keyboard, something like that. And that is going to redirect whatever is before the plus to that email, basically, right? So it's going to ignore this plus and then Gmail is going to send that to mark@gmail.com. But on Nautica's end, they're going to think it's a new email address. So they're going to send you another discount code, basically. So that's another really big kind of profit creation tool right there. And then as you're diving into these websites, make sure you have a free Chrome extension, something like Capital One Shopping installed. You can see there's a bunch of like different random websites, that kind of thing, have different coupon codes that are hidden on here. So this is actually one I've used pretty recently. You're able to get 20% off with that coupon code there. Sometimes there'll be stuff like this where it seems like maybe not even supposed to be like a publicly available type of coupon. Like I've come across like employee coupon codes and all kinds of crazy stuff there. And that's another really big profit booster for your business. So on top of stacking all these discounts, all that good stuff, I also want to show you guys a way to make some extra profit depending on how you end up actually selling this item to your customers. So let's go back to one of these examples we were looking at earlier today. You can see on this listing, you see how right now the only sellers on this listing are two FBA sellers. Basically, when this item is being bought by a customer, it's a third-party seller like you and I. We've created a shipment to Amazon FBA, and then those products ship from Amazon's warehouse to the customer. And you can see in this case, that's basically all the sales that have happened on this listing. But sometimes you'll be able to basically get faster sales on a listing by leveraging Amazon FBM. For example, you can see there is a seller right now, the seller who's making probably the most sales on this listing. It ships from this AMA Flips and it's sold by that same seller name, right? You can see on some of these other listings here, you see how it ships from Amazon and sold by this third-party seller right there. So the reason why you would want to leverage Amazon FBM is the day that product shows up at your house, you can have this pack of t-shirts right here listed on Amazon and immediately selling to those customers. So not only are you making faster money on Amazon, but if you're ever worried about a product where maybe you think too many people found that deal, there's a lot of new sellers hopping on the listing. If you're the seller that's quicker to the listing and using FBM, being willing to do the work of shipping directly to the customer when it sells, you are going to be a more profitable Amazon seller. And 9 times out of 10, all the crazy fast growth results that you see over on social media, that kind of thing, they're probably using a good amount of FBM just because how much speed it provides for their business. But for whatever reason, if you genuinely cannot do FBM, make sure you're taking advantage of something that's available within Boxum. So this is the software you'll want to use for tracking how much profit your business is making, actually creating FBA shipments, all that kind of stuff. And this is one of those other kind of profit creation methods, basically just by getting products sold at Amazon faster. So Boxum saves you a bunch of time with actually like making the shipment. When you guys are ready to start making those FBA shipments, there's full kind of Boxum shipment guides here on the channel. But you can see on this specific product, when I print out the box labels that are automatically generated on Boxum, we can use these 2D barcodes right here. When this is something you have to use a third-party software like Boxum to create, and it embeds some extra information on this barcode that gets slapped on the outside of your box. And then when this shows up at Amazon, it helps the reps see what's in the box a little bit easier. And for my business and lots of other Boxum users, I'm seeing check-in times a couple days faster on average. So we're making sales faster or beating those slower sellers to the punch. So this is another one of those things you want to take advantage of. And it's within a tool that you already want to use for your Amazon business anyway. So you can grab a 2-week free trial of Boxum down below there. And on all these different websites that we're looking at, there's also going to be some extra profit creation opportunities with things like rewards points. So Ult is a really easy example of something like this, where every X dollars you spend, you get some points back, and then those points turn into free merchandise, basically. So those are things that you can definitely include in your profit calculations. For example, at Ulta, for every 2,000 bucks you spend, you get $1 per point, and it goes up over time. If you're able to spend, you can see like 1,200 bucks. So it's even a little bit easier than that. You're able to bake in some extra discount on that. So for example, since you're basically getting $125 off when you spend $2,000 at Ulta, works out to around like a 6% discount or so. And that's another one of those things that you can bake in and include in your purchasing decision. And when it comes to learning a lot of these different websites, the big thing to remember is each website basically has one way to make items as cheap as humanly possible. So for example, like Walmart is one of the really easy ones. The cheapest way to get things on Walmart is is by leveraging these discounted gift cards. Go into Card Bear and searching for Walmart, or in this example, we were just talking about Ulta, right? So we know we can save 6% through the loyalty rewards program. And now we also know we can save another 17% through the discounted gift card, right? That doesn't count any coupons we can find, maybe even some extra coupons we can create with that email trick I showed you. And specifically when it comes to learning like the cheapest way to find things on each website, like with Walmart, so it's discounted gift cards. And it also comes down to being able to submit your sales tax permit. So that's another one of those pretty easy, just more bureaucratic ways to create profit in your business, is just getting a resale permit in your state. Depending on the state, you might not even need to have an LLC. So if you're still just like a sole proprietor doing everything out of your basement, look into that. For example, where I'm living down here in Florida, you just get your resale permit right here on the website. And then when you actually go to start buying products from those websites, you usually just submit that resale permit, say, hey, we're a business, we're reselling these items, so we don't have to pay sales tax on this. Some websites will accept it, some websites don't, but always check and make sure that website you're buying from and see if they at least accept it. Another thing you can leverage, if that website won't take your resale permit and you have like really high state sales tax. So for me, I paid like 10% sales tax in the state that I got started in for my Amazon business. You can ship products to states in any of these states right here. And the reason why these states are valuable is because there's no statewide sales tax. So for example, my Amazon business, I send probably 95% of all my inventory to a prep center in Montana. And when I ship it there, I pay nothing in sales tax. So instead of the $5 in sales tax, I would pay on like a $50 item. Instead, I can pay $0 in sales tax. I pay the prep center $1 to $2 per unit to ship that item for me. So they're doing the work. They're using Boxem for me to actually ship all those products into Amazon. And I've saved time and money. So that's something you can definitely look into. If you live in one of these states right here, you have a massive advantage when it comes to selling on Amazon. And some states kind of have more specific advantages as well. So for example, like Minnesota, Pennsylvania, some of the states over here, there's no sales tax on clothing, right? So that could be something you can take advantage of in your business. So if you live in one of those states, it makes a lot of sense to buy some clothes, ship it to you, FBM it out. So not only are you taking advantage of all the coupons and sales we're talking about, you're also taking advantage of sales tax exemptions and being an FBM seller, being able to take advantage of that since you have that kind of advantage in your state. Another good thing to think about is some states have no sales tax on grocery or vitamins, stuff like that. So you can see all the bluish states here, you guys don't pay sales tax on groceries. So you might be able to be slightly more profitable than Amazon sellers in those other states who focus on the grocery category. And then wrapping up our lightning round of profit boosters as well. Profit booster number 10 is just making sure that you're spending all of your money on as smart a credit card as possible. So for me, I spend the vast majority of my inventory budget on the Spark Cash Plus card. We spend right around $100,000 a month or so on inventory. And when we're using this with 2% cash back, that is an extra $2,000 a month back into my pocket just for using a smart credit card, right? So the Capital One Spark is good. If you have a little bit of existing business credit, typically, if you don't have existing business credit, something like the Amex Business Blue is a great first card. I've seen people get approved literally the same day they open their company. Or the Amex Gold can also be good for getting like higher limits if that's one thing that's holding you back. But make sure you're taking advantage of all those just like extra ways to create cash back. Some retailers will also have like specific credit cards where if you spend on their retail store credit card, you get like 5% cash back when you shop there. It's another thing to look at, but just make sure you're spending on a smart credit card to boost as much profit as possible as well. So now you know how to source a ton of profitable items and be way more profitable than the average Amazon seller as well. If you made it all the way here and you want to see even more sourcing strategies, learn some stuff that we only share live, we host free live masterclasses. I'll leave the link down below every couple weeks. Come ask your questions. We'll show you some awesome sourcing strategies. Those are always super fun to chat with you guys live on the free class. Be sure you also drop any questions or comments, anything like that down below in the comment section. Always happy to chat with you guys down below. And if you want to help me hit my goal of having 100,000 subscribers here on the YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's a great free way to help me out. But I really appreciate you guys watching this video. And if you want even more sauce on how to start selling on Amazon, this video right here is a 4-hour long free course for you.